It's Monday morning in Barcelona. We're just walking our way down to the main convention centre. We've just done the radio show from the apartment this morning, and now we'll head down to the show floor. We've got a couple of interviews to do. I'm going to record those for the radio show, get a bit of a look at the show before we do a bunch more radio tonight, because it's Tuesday in Australia. We just want to do most of my radio around the country. Barcelona, Monday. So we've made it through the first level of security, but now we're inside the beginning of what is 8 halls of Mobile World Congress. Behind us, they're going to check both our photo ID passports and our badges before we get a look at really the scale of Mobile World Congress. Inside the Fira Barcelona Gran Via here, there are 8 halls, and what we've done is been able to walk over the top of them. There's actually a pathway at a second level that you can walk through, so you're basically bypassing each hall, because down there it is impossible to walk. There are so many people, especially here on day one, that it makes it hard to get around. You've got to find where you want to go, you've got to go there and do what you need to do. You can see the size of the booth here. This is Huawei. Samsung have got their virtual reality experience here again, because that really showcases their VR stuff. This place is immense, but a lot of business to business, a lot of companies you probably won't recognise in most of these halls. Not only do you find a lot of brands you've never heard of, but this place is all about countries and their tech ecosystem. So we've got Tunisia here, we've got Spain back there, France. A lot of governments investing in bringing tech companies to a place like this to try and showcase themselves to big companies like Telstra, for example, and try and crack other markets. I'm not sure I've seen Australia anywhere, we'll check that out, but I'm pretty sure the Australian government maybe not in this one. Just found the guys at Netgear here, and they've got their Arlo cameras, things you can see at the Consumer Electronics Show, but more important to them here is the Nighthawk M1 mobile router. This is the device they launched with Telstra. Ericsson did the network, Telstra providing the carrier, and here Netgear building the hardware with Qualcomm technology on board, and they'll be showcasing this to telcos around the world, trying to bring it to life like they have with Telstra in Australia. There's 3 major tech shows in the world every year: CES, the Consumer Electronics Show, Mobile World Congress, and then IFA in Berlin. And Hisense here, a great example of a company that showcases something different everywhere. It's CES, all about TVs and a few mobile phones. Here, all mobile phones. At IFA in Berlin, washing machines, fridges, and a few TVs. So different categories for different markets and different shows. For the Uber nerds, if you're an Android fan, there's actually basically a competition that goes on here, and we'll see a bit of Android around the place. There's these little pins, and you have to collect them all. There are probably, I don't know, 20, 30, 50 of them. We will ask the guys at Ozdroid, who will be nerding out over these pins, and we'll see how many we can collect over the next couple of days. Just had a great chat with MasterCard about the future of kind of mobile payments and things. Now we're going to head up to the press room, record 2 Blokes Talking Tech with Stephen Fennick.
I think you've done your hair as well. Yeah, mate. They didn't put any shampoo in my room. I was really upset about that. No shampoo at all.
Thank you for listening, thank you for downloading. This is 2 Blokes Talking Tech episode.
You were recording that?
Yeah, absolutely. 289. Tune into 2 Blokes Talking Rubbish. 2 Blokes Talking Tech, thanks to the good people at Netgear. We are live in Barcelona for episode 289. Is that you, Stephen? Alright, podcast is done, 289. That'll be live on the website soon. Stephen, lots of articles of tech guys.
I'll tell you what, it's more than I can manage. There's so many to do,
it's very
so
busy.
much to cover here.
Alright, let's go and get some lunch.
Let's do it.
Rather than having a separate venue and on press day, Oppo have opted to have a press conference on their booth here on the first day at MWC. So their boss is up on stage now, looking to announce a technology 5x zoom coming to their mobile phones. As we said, it's not just about mobile phones. You've got car company Seat here. This is Spain's biggest car brand. It's actually my first car too. Seat Ibiza CLX 1995. This is Seat. And then behind us over here, we have Ford. So these guys are talking about connectivity in cars and how things like 5G will power the consistent and continual connectivity of cars in the future. Now, while Samsung didn't announce the Galaxy S8 here at MWC, they're going to do that in a month, on the 29th of March. They do have a bunch of things here. They've got the new Galaxy Tab 3 and the new ProBook tablet range they announced yesterday in lieu of a smartphone. And they're getting as much attention here as they might hope for those kind of devices. But still, if you were to compare this stand to, say, Huawei, I'd say more people mucking around with devices over there than here at Samsung. These are a Microsoft HoloLens, and what they're demonstrating here is the augmented reality that comes through these lenses. So basically, all we see here is a scalemetric, but when we put this on, we can see a virtual world all around it. No matter where you look, no matter how you stand, it's quite amazing technology. So just as a demonstration of that, this is not just about mobile phones thing here. Huawei have got a great stand over in Hall 3 which shows you all their smartphones. That's nothing. This entire area behind us is Huawei. Their enterprise, their network, their cloud, their everything else is here. It's enormous, and this is probably the bigger part of their business. It's a big place, there's lots of halls, but it is, as I've said, very enterprise driven, not a lot of consumer. We saw a lot of consumer stuff there in Hall 3, LG, Samsung, everyone, the big names. But now we're going to head back. We've got a bit of work to do, a few stories to write, a bit of preparation for tomorrow, which will be fun. And then we've got a bunch of radio to do tonight, little radio spots across the country. So still a lot to do, but time for maybe even a siesta.